This is Angela Taylor with Taylor Homestead Soap, and today we're going to lean on the side of Homestead as opposed to soap. So I have found a new hobby that I really like, and I wanted to share it with you. I've discovered the art of spinning yarn. So here's the interesting thing about it. I had a friend who has, she has 14 Romney sheep, well, Romney sheep and different types of sheep. And she's got this really great spinning wheel, but the spinning wheel she has is not a fancy thing, and it's over $600. And so I got to learn looking into different kinds of spinning wheels to start off, and I just wasn't willing to spend, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on a spinning wheel to start, because who knew if I was going to like it or not. She even let me bring her $600 spinning wheel home at one point to try it out. And I loved it, but again, I wasn't going to spend $600 on a spinning wheel that I wasn't sure, you know, if I was going to continue with it or not. So what I did is I went online and got on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is for different inventions, really. You go on, you have an invention, you say, hey everyone, it's going to be great. Would you back me on this? You give them a limit, a goal to set, and you say, you know, I'd like to bring in $10,000 so that I can develop this, whatever it is. So you have to be really careful with Kickstarter. You have to make sure that the people that are on it have some type of history with it, and successful history. Because my husband has got on Kickstarter.com and done some backing with some other people and put his money down and then lost his money and didn't get anything for it. So I was very careful when I looked into this, but I found a gentleman by the name of Maurice Ribble is his name, and he has a website called Dreaming Robots, and he develops electric spinning wheels at a really good price. He has some history in Kickstarter. I think this is his like third or fourth yarn spinning wheel he has developed, and the entire thing with shipping was $85, the entire thing, and I got it for a birthday present. So $85, shipping included. Now I think his prices have gone up a little bit, but you know, for the beginning of a spinning, it was reasonable for me. So I want to show you what it was. This is the spinning wheel. It's tiny. I mean, like, it's literally the size of my hand. It's called the Eel Wheel Nano. It is an electric spinning wheel that can travel with you. Now you can see the bobbin is small, the machine is simple, you know, little motor on the bottom, but man, for $85, you know, and shipping included in that, it's a steal. Now, I'm going to show you how this works and do a bit of a review on it and show you some of the yarn that I have done on it. Now, I will say, the one thing that I have changed on this because I didn't like it was these things here. These are called yarn guides, and he had metal yarn guides that caught everything, and when it catches everything, it doesn't uptake it and wrap it around the bobbin, and so I got rid of those. I took those off, and my husband has a 3D printer and printed these pieces right here. These are yarn guides, and now it works like a dream. So I'm going to show you how I do it and some of the yarn that I have already spun with it. And if you are interested in this and want to learn how to spin, I highly recommend it. I'll put the website from where I got this down below. I also wanted to share with you where I got this. This is so cool. This is blue tweed. It was a pound, and this pound was $30. And I got this from Tenney's, Tenney, ', Wholesale fiber, and I'll link that also down below. I got this, and then I got mill ends from her. These are mill ends. So what happens is you get someone like, oh, I don't know, AC Moore. And AC Moore orders a bunch of pink roving, and they might send out 500 pounds of this pink roving to their different stores. But you know, you get to the end and you might have this much left. Your customer didn't pay for it, but you've got this much left. What do you do with it? Well, you put it in you sell it to someone like Tenney's Wholesale Farm, and then she resells it for 20 bucks. So I got a pound of roving for $20. And you've got, I mean, here's pink, here's gray, here's black, here's this. I had green. Oh look, I mean, all kinds of stuff in here, and there's a bunch of it. It's a pound, and if you've ever touched roving, it's not heavy. So there's a ton of stuff here, but in just a variety of colors. So I went with her. So when you spin on this little dandy, you've got two settings here. You've got a setting that says S right there and a setting that says Z. I always spin the fiber that I'm gonna spin on the S, and I always ply on the Z. That way there's never any kind of confusion. You have to do it that way. So what you do is you take some of your fiber, like this, and you just kind of spread it out like this. Give it some air. And then what you do is you take your lead yarn. This is just a piece of yarn that I have tied on here and taped. And I put it through here. And then you take this cute little hook. Look how cute that hook is. Isn't that cute? And you put it in here like so. And you run it through like this. And then what you do is you take just a little bit of your fiber like so. And you just kind of put it in here like this. I mean, that's hard, right? Not really. And then this has got all kinds of speeds, but I always recommend that you do kind of a slow speed to get it going in. And you just kind of let it go in. Now this little machine doesn't really like stuff that's got kind of bulk to it. It likes to spin thin, and different spinning wheels like to do different things. So different strokes for different folks, right? So here's what you do. You just kind of let it spin on itself, and you let it go in like this. And it's all a feel thing, it really is. Like I'll show you the different things that I have done and applied, and it took me a while. You'll be able to see what I did to get better and better and better at it. So you can see it spins pretty well, and you can make it go faster if you want. And this little thing, it doesn't have any sound to it either. I mean, what you hear is as loud as it gets. Now, I also will say, the faster you go on it, the faster the motor gets hot. And I need to develop like a little fan case underneath, so it's being blown on, the motor's being blown on. And I've yet to do that. And then what you do to move it is you just pull this down a little bit, this little yarn guide down, and it does some more yarn down this way, and you just keep going up and down it over and over again. So I recommend this for people who are just learning to spin or want to travel. I probably will want to upgrade to a pedal spinning wheel eventually. I also wanted to show you how easy this is to take apart. So you've got this piece right here, which is just a band. You take that off, and you've got this piece right here that attaches to the motor. You just take that off, and then this whole piece comes out. And you take this bearing off, and you take this piece off. And then to put it back together, you just go backwards. So you just put this back on, and you put this back on, and you put this in here, and then you put this in here, and then you put this piece back on again. Now, the interesting thing about this, because this is all made of plastic, you can have people 3D print pretty much most of the pieces on here. And Maurice Ribble, what he likes to do is he will give you, he'll go to, I think it's called Thingiverse.com, and provide like the instructions for printing yarn guides. Hi, Eli. And printing bobbins and all of that. So you can print your own, or he provides, you know, pieces for this little thing, you know, that you can just buy directly from him. We have 3D printer so we can print some of our own bobbins and some of our own stuff. So if you're wanting to learn how to spin and just wanting to start, this is a good little machine to start on. I think I will want to upgrade eventually, but all right, on to other things. I want to show you some of the things that I have already spun. Now, and we're gonna go from like stuff from some of the things I first started spinning. We're gonna go from some of the things I first started spinning to some of the things that I'm doing now. So this here is my Angora. Now, Angora is really hard to spin. It is not easy. This is more art yarn than it is anything else right now. So I'm trying to get the feel for it before I go back to it. But this is my Angora bunny rabbit. And you see I've got some thick and I've got some thin and I've got some, it is extremely soft. Then I did this.
Daddy.
See this, and this is the bamboo that I was telling you. The white is the bamboo. And the pink is like sheep's wool. So I've got these colors going on here. So you're gonna begin to see, this is like the second one I think I did. And then I started there. You can see it's getting a little more consistent. And it's gonna get a little more consistent as I go on here. Here's a little more consistent. And then I've got this. A little more consistent. And then, that wasn't consistent. This is the last one that I applied. Well, not, it's like the last one. So this is the tweed that I'm spinning now. And I've been doing 2-ply instead of 3-ply. And then the last one that I applied was this one. So this is the one that is the most consistent of all. And it just takes practice, you know. People are like, what are you going to do with it? I'm going to use this as yarn for fingerless gloves, probably. So I'm going to show you real quick. This is on the Z now, and now I'm going to ply these two colors together. You always have to go the opposite. So what I've got here, this is called plying. It's called plying, and this is called a lazy Kate. And all it is like 2 puzzle pieces, and it's got these on it, sticks that stick up, you know, another stick that sticks up, and all it's doing is it's going to pull the yarn from these 2 pieces onto here. So I've got you kind of up close and personal so you can see how this works. So then what you do, you start it to go around. I'm going to move this down a little bit. So I've moved it down quite a bit. So you can see how this works. I'm just pulling it together, and it's going in. You can see how it's going in there. And you've got to kind of guide it in as you go, because it gets little kinks and curls in it if you don't. If you like
what you see,
please
subscribe and leave a comment below.
And give a
big thumbs up.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
You guys, after I finished that up and plied it, I got to this yarn. This is the coolest stuff ever. It looks like, oops, this looks like clown hair. Look. It looks like clown hair. And then you put it through the machine, and it does that. I'm so intrigued. And again, it's from the Tenney's Fiber Farm, so I really don't know what it is, but it's like shiny and rainbowish, and it's so cool.